those days, it was like real talent to make it.
Oh, right.
There's no social media. Like, you have to have real talent.
You guys had some real beasts on your lineup. That was like,
Beasts.
that was a heyday of the cellar and the store.
Think about Brendan, who got thrown into the best lineup maybe of all time, all the time. Like
Who was one of the harder follow? Like
He'd been doing stand-up for 20 minutes.
Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz, yeah.
Oh my God.
Joey Diaz in the main room.
This is gonna sound crazy.
He pulled it off, though.
I've never gotten to see him live, not once. But I heard that
When he's on, good fucking
So
luck.
loud,
Good
so
luck.
powerful.
Good luck.
heard Sebastian though at the
Sebastian.
Killer.
Sure.
would
Bill Burr.
Killer. Sebastian's never been anything
Oh,
other
Tony
than
Rock.
killer.
Tony Rock's
Tony
a
Rock.
nightmare to follow.
Chris D'Elia.
yeah.
Try
Yeah,
following
Theo,
him. Enjoy
Chris.
Theo Vaughn. Try following those guys back in 2018.
Yeah. Good luck.
Enjoy
I
that.
think that was the heyday of the store.
It was a renaissance.
Oh, it was the
At
gold. It
least
was the golden era.
since Robin Williams
It
and
was
Jim Carrey.
It was better.
Yeah.
I would argue it was better. It was, and that's a big statement.
That's a big statement.
But it was that lineup on a Tuesday for $24.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go through it. Bill Burr,
Comedy Chaos.
Sebastian Maniscalco,
Tripoli.
Theo Vaughn,
Theo
Chris
Vaughn,
D'Elia,
Chris D'Elia.
Joey Diaz, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I remember walking in. I was like 2 years into comedy, and I saw you on stage there, and you were doing some act out of like, I think you were like doing a Scottishman on a horse,
Probably.
horseback,
Probably.
which you still a lot of
kinda
horse
do.
things,
Yeah.
A lot of
still,
horse things. A lot of horse things.
but it was murdering, and I remember being like, "Fuck, that's another level of kill right there," and then
It was, those were the days that we were everybody on that stage was a fucking monster. And Brendan had been doing stand up for a year and he was getting up, but you were holding your own. You were getting up there.
I had a funny story right after that. I watched
Think about
you.
that though. Think about the fact that you were thrown into that fire. Think about that for a
A
second.
lot.
That I remember when we first met. I was telling you, I'm like, the way you started and the way I started, totally different.
He got thrown in
worlds.
front of, dude,
I'm so glad that I was able to perform
2,100
in
people.
Greek
Yeah.
pizzerias for
2,100
two
people. 2,100 people. He
can build
I
your
would make him go up. I'd
Yeah.
pretend to be late and I would just make him go up. And I was like, you got to go up and like cover for me and tell a story.
Yeah.
And that was his beginning of stand up. And like to talk about nervous, but he would just be like, fuck it. I fight guys in my underwear. And then being jumped into that lineup.
Yeah, I got to bomb in solitude. It was great.
Yeah.
He didn't bomb though. You did. You always had.
Yeah, I did all right.
You always had your charisma and your fucking stories, man. You figured that out. That's what.
Yeah, those were the heydays because you also had Santino, who wasn't
Oh
famous
my
at
God!
the time.
Nobody
You
knew
had Bobby
Santino.
Lee.
Bobby Lee, Santino, monsters.
Theo,
they would be in that
Ari.
lineup. Theo.
I remember that night seeing someone, and I still think that he's so underrated to this day, Fahim Anwar.
Oh, God.
Fahim.
If you're a Comedy Store
monster.
regular, he's a staple.
I remember I was
monster.
like 2 years into stand-up, and I was watching him, and I was like, I've never seen someone move the way he does. He's
Dude,
like,
He
I watched
dances
him.
out.
I watched him
Yeah.
at the mothership,
But
and he's
one of
like,
my favorites.
Oh, he's so funny.
he's such a good guy too.
He's so funny, man.
he was doing this like robot impression and just like moving like a fuck. And I was like, I've never seen someone do something like this.
And
Oh, you
meanwhile,
also got Neil Brennan.
yeah, Neil was great.
Neil was always there. Monsters, man.
yeah. Yeah, you were thrown to the wolves.
Yeah, but he
This is a good time though.
fucking figured it out. Mm-hmm. He really did.
It was a really good time.
He's so underrated to this day. For
I don't get how
To this
Fahim
day.
doesn't blow up. He's
Because
so
he doesn't do
talented.
anything on social media. And
No, he does. Like he does his dancing shit, but and then he posts a lot of clips on TikTok.
he's pretty amazing. He's so funny, man.
Yeah, he's one of the good guys.
He's Afghani. And he trained to be a rocket scientist.
No, he worked
by
at
the way.
Boeing.
Boeing, yeah.
Yeah, he worked at Boeing.
He's such a good
He's
guy.
so funny.
You know what happened right after I saw you the first time? This girl comes up to me, and it was at the Comedy Store. And this girl comes up to me. She goes, "Oh my God, I've been dying to meet you." And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I've seen you in New York before." And she's like, "It's so crazy to see you here." And I'm like, "That's crazy." And then she goes, "I've been watching you since I was young on the roast." And I went, "Who do you think I am?" She's like, "You're Jeff Ross, right?" And I went,
God.
"Why would you say that?"
You ever seen Jeff
And
Ross?
she's like, "Are you not Jeff Ross?" And I was like, "No."
I get recognized as
He's in his
Ari-
50s and
hurts
bald.
so. No offense, but it hurts so bad.
Yeah, he's not a handsome guy.
You don't
then
think that's handsome? I
I don't see it.
That's an
No,
interesting.
nobody does. She's probably on shrooms.
I got.
Well, she made it worse because she was Asian and she realized she's like, I'm drunk and I'm Asian. And, I have small eyes. I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. This is so much worse.
Yeah, it's tough.
more than 3 or 4 times I've been recognized both as Ari Shafir and Doug Stanhope, and I've been like, Doug
Ari
Stanhope, right? I'm like,
Shafir.
yep.
Ari makes no sense.
Yeah.
Remember the time someone thought you were Joe Rogan one time when we were on the road?
That
was a funny one.
Insane.
Well, so did what's his name? I got recognized as what the fuck's his name? Craig Kilborn. He thought I was Joe and had a whole conversation with me at an audition. I mean,
That's
whole
insane.
conversation. And I was like, I just kind of went with it.
Some guy at Zoo Culture thought I was Tom Hardy.
You're a foot too tall to be Tom.
Well, that's I go, what? He goes, dude, can I get a pic? Are you not Tom Hardy? I went, you're seeing Tom Hardy?
The
Hardy?
very white British guy who's 5'6".
He's 5'8".
Seven?
He's 5'8", 145. But
He's a badass and handsome bastard, so I'll take it.
phenomenal. He's a phenomenal actor.
Oh my god!
You don't get
One of
better.
the
You don't get
best.
better as an actor. You don't.
You know what I keep on getting recognized as? They go, aren't you that guy who beat up Elliot Page? And I'm like, don't say it like that.
Oh,
that,
because you had the bit.
that video that went super viral. And
Are all of these guys out of their fucking mind? They're trying to pretend Brendan Schaub was good at stand-up comedy. He had to quit stand-up. Well, he got fired from it, but he had to quit because he couldn't sell any tickets. But they're trying to retcon this as if he was good at stand-up. Oh, my God. And it's like the Bo Burnham bit. Slaughtered, murdered, carnage, killers, crushing. Ugh. You got up, you yelled loud, and you made some drunk idiots who just worked an 8-hour shift chuckle a little bit, dummy. I hate this thing, but Schaub wasn't good at stand-up at all. He bombed every time he went on stage. Every single time. He only got allowed to do it because Rogan allowed it. And you guys did. But he wasn't good. So stop trying to look fondly back at it and freaking Schaub like, yeah, man, I was doing pretty good, freaking, yeah. I had specials and stuff. He really tried saying his last year at stand-up was his most successful. And he made over $800,000. Wow. So, if that was the case, by the way, why is he crying so much about money problems? It's so bizarre. They're all just like, they keep doing this thing where they keep going, it's so like that. They keep saying, it's so. Because now they all just start talking like Schaub. And now they're all just lying and making up stories. Like this fake Landau over here just made up a fucking story. And someone thought he was Jeff Ross. Like, dude, no one didn't. No, she didn't. Idiot. I can see Callan in the stand-up thing. I can kind of see that. But fake Landau, nobody thought he looked like Jeff Ross. It's terrible. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.